Hi there, everybody in RG Jubilee Land and YouTube generation. Hi, it's RG Jubilee. I know it hasn't been around for a while. I've been busy doing things and creating new ideas for new things I want to do. As this uh, big year, I should say, 2021. A big Odyssey 2021 is on its way. Can you believe it? We're halfway through the year already. I don't know where the time goes, but it goes by fast. I had a lot of things going on. That's probably why I've been very busy. But you know what? I come out with an idea, being it's summertime, and this is a nice thing for you guys to make for the kids, or Christmas gifts, or just having fun. Summertime fun. We have to have some things to have some fun. I figure arts and crafts is a wonderful thing to do. God's given me a great talent. And years ago, I used to get toys on 18th Avenue way back when I was maybe 1966, 67, when I was a little Todd. There used to be a guy in the street selling these birds on a stick with the tails that whistled. And that was my first figuring out of doing a mechanical thing, something animated. And I figured, hey, you know what? I got to figure a way we can make these things now as I got older. And how can we do, and we also could do things with recyclables. How many of you have thousands, shall we say thousands of these things laying around the house? I am sure everybody's got this hanging around the house, right? Well, this art project, you don't throw these away because you can make some wonderful gifts or some great ideas with these. And I'm going to show you how to make a whirly bird. I call them whirly birds because it's a bird where the tail would spin around when the wind hits it and it flies around on a string or a stick. Well, I'm going to show you step by step how to make one of these. First, let me show you the pattern. Now, the pattern, I don't have a way that how to do the print out and everything like other people do. So this is a 8.5 inch by 11 inch paper. If you can print this out, I'm going to try to set this to full screen. You can print this out on 8 by that size paper. You'll get the right measurements. I'll get my hand out of the way. I'll still the frame. I don't know how you print it, but there are some people that know how to do that. So if you can print this pattern, or you can draw it, you can trace it also. This is basically the pattern of how to make this bird. I'll leave it here for a few more minutes. Okay, I think that's long enough. If it ain't long enough, you can always freeze frame the video and print it later on. I'll probably show it up again. Hello, Snoopy pinwheel. Snoopy's pinwheel. Oh, hi. Well, it's funny that your name is Pinwheel because the bird's tail kind of spins like a pinwheel. Oh, the idea of that thing is because I call it whirly bird because his tail's going to spin. I'm going to show you how to make these birds, okay? Okay, now you got the pattern. Now you just get one of your, let's see where I put the pattern. It's over there. I got to look. Here it is. Okay. Once you get your pattern, you cut it out, of course, so it'll look like this. And you'll get your tube. Usually on a paper towel, one paper towel tube is enough to make one bird. And if you don't have long paper towel tubes, 2 small toilet paper rolls will do. Or 3, depending on how big you want to make it. What I would do is I'll take one part of the tube and kind of pinch it down and get your pattern and, kind of trace it on there. See? You trace it on there like that. And then you can get your wing pattern. You have to make two of these. I would cut one this way and cut one this way so the curve is opposite of each other. And then you would get your wing pattern and kind of trace that around and let it go around the tube. You would probably make one wing. Then you would reverse your pattern and make the second wing. Then you would get your little tiny feet. And you would trace the feet on there. Make sure you put the center where the feet are on the curve, like that. And then there are two circles that you need to do. This will be the inner workings of for the tail spinning. You would have a small circle and a big circle, and I'll trace that on the remaining cardboard. Then you'll get cardboard from any other kind of box, like a cereal box like this, and you would cut out your tail piece. And then put like a center hole, and this gets folded on a diagonal. See, there'll be a dot on the pan. You'll see, and you'll have a hole here that you'll make. Now, after you cut all your pieces out, and you cut them out like this. Now you'll cut out your pieces, and then I'll show you one that's all painted up. And that's going to show you how you assemble it. Let me show you all the other things you need to finish the project. Okay, so that will be takes care of the pattern work. In addition to your bird, in addition to the paper tubes and the cardboard, in addition to the paper tube, and in addition to the cardboard that you'll get from a cereal box, this one had a little beaver on it. It was kind of cute. You will need also of course, the old famous glue gun. And I'm gonna plug this in, get it warm as I'm talking. Let's see, get the plug right here, okay? Just set that up over here. You'll need a glue gun and your glue sticks, of course. I'll put that over in case I need some more. You will need a Q-tip. Yeah, not one that's dirty after you clean. Yeah, it's like a nice clean one, okay? Don't let Shrek get it. That'll be a candlestick. I'm just being funny. Remember that movie? It's so silly. You will need some, let's see, where did I put it? I think I'm going to have to move her there it is. Of course, you're going to need a pair of scissors to cut your cardboard pieces out. You're going to need some string where you would cut about a length, like about so big, I would say the length could be as long as from your finger to maybe your elbow. You need a straw. And you will need, of course, a piece of scrap cardboard, because after you cut out the string, you would want to tie a piece of scrap cardboard to the end of it. Now, I'll let you know why we want to do that afterwards. But you would tie just a square piece of cardboard onto the end of your string. Of course, you're going to need some paint, whatever color you want to paint your bird. Of course, you're going to need a pen or a pencil or a marker to trace your pattern on. A little occasional help of some masking tape. It's optional if you want to add some masking tape in your design too. Some people like to get texture on their bird. They can rip off and make feather looking thing. It's up to you. It's up to you how you decorate it. You can also put googly eyes and stuff on it too, or just paint the eyes in. You the embellishment of the bird is up to your imagination. Let's see, what else do we need? Let's see, what else do we have? Do we need? I think we got it all. I think I listed all the stuff. I'm looking around making sure. Let me show you how you lay it out on the tube. I hope it shows up. But see, here's what I started to set up. How I traced it out while I was showing you. You would lay it out kind of like this, you see? And I'm going to just rotate this to give you an idea of how you would trace your pattern onto the tube. See, I put the circles and the wings. Now, you can trace it out however you want. So all fits, and you get all the parts. Then, of course, you cut your tail out of the cardboard. Now, I painted mine. I painted mine with red paint. Now, I'm also going to show you how two toilet paper rolls. Where'd the other one go? You would trace your bird out like this. You put the bird body here, squeeze it down, trace out your bird, and then put your circle in between where the space is. And you would trace your boat wings out on the other tube, put your feet in the other circle. And the circle you would have on this one. So that's usually how you would do it on the two tubes. That'll just give you an idea how to lay it out. Or you can make it fit however you want. It's up to you. So you got the curves going right. You could play back that, and I'll show you how that goes. Now, this is how I painted my bird. I'm going to make it into a Kano bird. These two circles here, you don't have to paint. This goes inside the bird to make it spin. And I'll show you. This is part of the mechanism to make the tail twirl, along with the straw and the Q-tip, and of course your tail. The tail, you would want to paint both sides, whatever color you decide, or if you want to design it and pick different colors and stuff, it's up to you. You would want to paint your feeties. And I used to put part of the body color on the bottom, so when it gets glued, you'll look, you will see the feet. The other side I didn't paint because I'm going to glue it there. You would paint your wings. And you paint both sides. And that's how you get the embellishment. That's how I painted mine. And of course, the best part of all, you'll get your body pieces and you'll paint them up too. This is how I painted the face on mine. It's one side. And that's the other side. Thank you. Okay, now that you got all that together, I'll show you how to put them together. If you got that far, I'll show you. You remember the string thing here? Well, what I would do, so this doesn't slip off, so let's see if my glue is ready to go. See if it's drippity drip. I would just tack some glue onto that just to hold the string in place for extra support. That's just so that would stay on in and ain't going to slip off. And I'll set that aside to dry off. Now, what you also would do is you'll get your small little circle. See this small little circle? And your Q-tip. And you want to pop a hole across in the center. And stick your Q-tip through it. Like that, see? And hold it like that. And secure the top of the Q-tip with your hot glue. So you got it all covered and it looks like that, you see? And you gotta set the cool up because what you want is just, you don't want this to come up. You also want to make sure it dries straight. So best way is to hold it straight. So and this is what I would do to keep it straight. See what I put between my fingers and hold them on this and keep it straight until it hardens and it don't change. Just go stay straight. You have an easier spin on your tail. Easier spin on your tail. Ain't that funny? Yeah. Okay. Then you set that aside. Then you'll get your straw. Now I know they don't make plastic straws anymore, so you can use plastic straw if you got one, or even a paper straw will do. Whatever straws they got out. Or even if you don't got a straw, you can also get a pencil, a pen or a pencil, about the size of a straw, or get a piece of paper, cardboard paper, thin paper, and roll it around the pencil and glue it together so you can make your own straw. You need the whole object is to make a tube large enough, a hole large enough that your Q-tip can fit through it. So if you could have a Q-tip fit through your tube, you'll have no problem. Now, what you also would want to do is from the head of your Q-tip, you see the head of the Q-tip, you'd want to line it up with the straw, and from the other head of the Q-tip, you see this other head, you would want to mark it right there and just snip this piece of straw off. Because all you need is that piece of straw that will measure up to about that size. To know that you have the right size, just get a Q-tip and measure it. If it measures between the 2 points like this, you got the right size. Okay. Now, you get your piece that you put the top on, and you get your other circle. And in this other circle, you would want to make this hole a little wider so that your tube can fit through it. See the part where the cardboard comes out of? You would want to keep this side flat and push your tube to it and push about, say about that much, you see? Now, from the back where you have all that, where the cardboard is, get some glue and glue all around that area. To secure that, as you see here. And of course, make sure you keep it as straight as you can to your circle. Now I know the cardboard's gonna be curly, that doesn't matter. As long as you got it pretty straight from the way it is, because that's the way it's gonna fall on your bird. Just it's gonna allow the tube inside to spin nice. And I'll show you how that works when you put this in. But you gotta wait for this part to dry first. In that meanwhile, that that's drying, you'll get your body of the bird. And remember that string thing that we made? Well, what you want to do is you would want to pop a hole in the top of your bird over here. And you want to go see where the inside the head is. we would want to stick this string through. Now, if your string is kind of frayed at the tip, just put a little drop of glue on it. Of course, let it cool enough that you can touch it without burning your fingers, and easily roll it so you won't have a frayed tip. See, some kind of pointy kind of, which will help you thread it through the hole. And of course, if you have trouble, and I don't think I frayed enough. I don't think I put enough glue on there. Hold on. I dried fast enough. I thought it came off. Sometimes you have to do something twice until you get it right. Yeah, you don't want to burn your fingers. Which I often do sometimes. It's hard not to burn your hands on hot gun glue. How many times did you people burn your fingers on this stuff, right? Yeah, one time I was working on a project and I forgot the hot glue was on something. I put my elbow. Yeah. So you want to be extra careful because that stuff gets hot. You want your tip to kind of look kind of like that. It didn't look like that before. That helps you get a point so you can get right through. See, right through. And then you can pull it across right through. See, right in there. And that's going to hold your string inside. Now, if this piece is too bulky and large, see what I would do is see that way that is. It's going inside like that, just so it stays on. I would push it as close as I can to the top. And tack a little glue underneath that cardboard. Just to hold. I'll just stick my finger in there to show you what it is. Just to hold it in place inside. See? And then to do it, and then do the same to the other side. Sometimes you're going to want to flip something over to get your gun in there. There you go. Sometimes you got to squirt a little inside. And make sure you don't burn yourself. So I use another Q-tip to push it down. Or you can use the tip of a pencil till you get it to lie where you want it. And you just push it down. And be careful you don't burn your fingers at the same time. Like I do it. That's not too hard. Again. That's just so that stays put aside. And your string ain't going nowhere. See, that helps keep your birdie on the string. And you got the piece inside like that, see? Okay, now here comes the fun part. You'll take your top, see this top piece? And you see these two pieces here? You'll curl these pieces into each other like that. About, I would say about like that. And then the top, well, yeah, let's see. Yeah. Curl your pieces in like that. So you get like a point like that. And then glue this piece on top like that with the hot glue. And get that the piece like that. Make sure this hole's wide enough. Thick enough that your straw will fit through that hole. And of course, just want to show you, it's got to be the right width that your straw can fit through. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to glue it. It would help to put the other piece of straw there as a guide, so you don't squeeze it too tight. So you know your circumference. And it helps as a guide. You don't squeeze it too much, so you would kind of push it down. See, I can do. And then the excess glue, you just peel it off. And then, if there's anything sticking up like that, you want to tack it all down. Now, if you don't have access to a hot gun glue, and you want to be patient, make it take a long time, and hold it there for a couple of minutes, you can also use wood glue or any Elmer's glue. And wood glue is better because it's much stronger. But, it's up to you what glue you use. But I think hot gun glue is the best because it's faster and it's got a strong bond. It was good to peel it off on the edge. And once you do that loop over there, this top piece here, you put glue under here and you glue that top piece on like that. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to put some glue here. See where that is? And just push this piece up on top like that and hold that in place. And when you get done, it should look like that. Now, if you got the excess glue showing like that, it usually peels right off if you're using hot gun glue. And if there's any glue shows afterwards and it messes up your paint job, just go get some more the color that you painted and just touch it up and paint over it. Don't worry about if the glue comes out. You can always touch it up with some paint later on. Your whole object is to make sure you put enough glue down. Sometimes you may want to add some more that it stays. Sometimes helping by using fingernails so you don't burn your fingers is what I do sometimes. Or you can also push it down with ends of scissors. Like this. Like I do. Yeah, sometimes, yeah. Or Q-tip, extra Q-tip. Whatever you want to use. Now when it cools up enough, usually you just peel it off. I don't know, that's almost a paint job. As long as you got it nice and stuck on there. You just dries it as white, so that doesn't matter. You can always touch it up with some paint. Sometimes the paint cardboard has a habit of separating, like it did over here. Just put a little bit of glue in that. And that will just take care of that. And if you don't want to burn your fingers, you kind of do a little push down with a scissor or Q-tip or toothpick or whatever you have. Even the tip of a pencil will work. And then when it's cool enough, you just hold your fingers there. Now, your bird should look like that. It starts to take shape, as you can see. Now that you got that done, you go back to your apparatus here. Have these two pieces. Put this piece inside that piece. And make sure we have a good, easy turn. See what it sits around? Now, the trick is getting this piece inside the bird. But before you do that, you're going to want to put a little bit of glue on the edge of the big disc, or on the big disc's edge. Try not to get it on your little disc, just on the big disc edge. And carefully, behind the big disc from the tip, insert carefully. And this is a tricky part. Your apparatus true that your tail pops out. And your disc is secure inside. Now, if you don't have any free movement, like I have right here, it's kind of stuck, don't worry. All you have to do is pop off this little disc over here. As long as you got that disc like that, secure inside, where you glue it, this top disc here, just give it a little trim. Now, the size of the disc would depend on how much and how you sit the first disc in bird. We want to trim it small enough that when you reinsert the center post inside, see where that hole is? When you insert the center post back inside your bird, you want to make sure it's got free access, as you can see, and spinning around, see? Got to be able to spin freely. Now that you got your tail sticking out, see this piece? Now you see that this is coming like a round point sticking out, kind of like at an angle. You don't want that angle shown because it's going to get in the way your tail's turn. So again, push this through again. You don't have to go all the way through. Just push it, you can take it out like I did. And you would want to get your scissor. See where that tail is that sticks out a little too far? You're going to want to trim it even so that this is flat, see? So it's not on an angle. You got a straight cut. Now you would reinsert your apparatus again back inside that center hole so that your tail can spin. Make sure you have your spins free, just not touching it or not getting in its way. Now, you get it by the tail tip. Make sure you hold it from here and you get your tail piece where you got the hole you put in the center, where I have the dotted line where you do the fold. When you fold this, you want to fold it on an angle. See? Your tail has to look like an angle like that. And you would make the hole in the center. Now, you would push through the hole. You may want to make it, I had to probably make it a little bigger. Make the hole just big enough that you can get your Q-tip through there. Hold the bottom of the Q-tip real secure. And carefully push it through. It takes a little finger work. If it doesn't, the hole is not big enough, just make it big enough so you can go through. Not too big, you want to be able to make it tight. Some of your cotton may peel off, but that doesn't matter. Keep it on as much as you can. And it can get through. Yeah, sometimes fat fingers get in the way. But carefully push it through as soon as you can get it to go. There we are. Sometimes you have to work it, like I do. What helps also, see inside here, hold this inside very carefully on its tip, where you can push it truly and better, see? Let it come through all the way to the end of your Q-tip, where your cotton is. Now, sometimes your cotton will be stubborn and get in the way. So you gotta try it. Pull it through all the way. Once you get all the cotton through, now you want to pull out the excess cotton, make sure it's all out there. And again, make sure you still got that free mobility, because it's very important. And you see where and you want to try to get, see where the cotton is there? You want to try to get all this cotton on the other side. You want to pull out all this excess cotton, but don't take it off. Just pull it back. Like that, see? Till you have a clear stick area here showing. See? I'm going to show you right there in the picture. See, you got to have it just a clear stick shows here. Now keep this cotton on here. Don't take it all off. What you want to do is saturate that cotton in glue. And you also want to saturate your crease in glue, because what you want to do is you want to glue all that. Ew, don't burn your fingers, no. It does get kind of hot. But you want to glue all that together like that. You want to make sure your tail feather is like that. And you want to hold it and make sure it's glued on good. And of course, make sure you got your spins okay, see? Here's the fun part. Once you get that to dry, you get your curls. Yeah, get your finger, curl this way, and curl the other one the opposite way. So you got like a propeller look. Look at that. It looks like a propeller. And you could try this out as a test one. Now, of course, you have to kind of it's hard for me to do this on air, but if you walk around, it would work. I think it's that. I don't have wings on it yet. Now, if it doesn't turn, there it goes, it turns. You're just ain't going to see it on the video. I'm trying to see if you can see it. You would hear it make a noise. When you hear it turning, you know it's working. When you're outside in the wind, that tail will spin. As long as your tail is free, see, it would give that free spin. It would spin around. There you go. That's how you can test it. See? Blow on your tail if it spins. That means you did it right. Like a propeller. Like a propeller. Let me get some drink. My throat got dry. There we go. So we have a spinny tail. Of course, I got curled around when I did, but that's the whole idea. You want your bird to look kind of like that right now, right? Your bird, he's kind of twirling around because the string got curly because I was spinning it. Okay. So you got your tail and it spins good. Sometimes you may want to give it more of a twist. The better the twist, the better the twirl. Sometimes a bigger twist like that works good. Get better angle. I'm trying to get the wind to blow right. I don't have as much air on me like I used to. Huff and blow your little house down. Oh, I blow your tail around. Okay, now that you got that far, as you can see, it's starting to look like a little birdie. But you know what? You don't want to keep your head looking like that. That was kind of funny, right? So now that you know that this is turning and everything is secure inside and it's all centered and it's all attached and it's not going nowhere and you got that free movement and your tail is all set to go and it's there. All you have to do now is get your glue and put some glue inside the beak area and the front half of the bird. And close the two halves of the bird. Close like that and let your glue dry. Make sure you match up your beaks and you match up your head and you close it like that. And you're going to want to hold it like that for a while until the head closes up. And then you got a cute little birdie head. Yes, we have glue dry. After you do that, still make sure you got your stew twill. If you can hold it the right way. Now, if you've got a problem, sometimes you get a problem, it gets stuck. Now, if it gets stuck and it's not twirling, like this happens sometimes, I mean, you squeeze it a little too much on your belly. So just push it in. Try to reopen the chest a little bit. Stick your finger in there, give it some slack. Sometimes push the head in a little bit to give it, see that bend? And then redo that. So this is 3. I can't try to breathe. Every time more air on me. As you get older, you can't breathe. You have to kind of play with these things to get it right. Some of these times, sometimes I have to play a couple of while. Yeah, that patience. Well, there's no window in the house right now, so there we go. Sometimes you may want to leave it open there. If you got a problem, you got to leave it open. Very simple. Just put a piece of masking tape over that space and paint it again with some red paint. You would want to do that because the more space you give it, the more better the turn. So what I would do is I would just put a piece of masking tape over that hole. And then later on, make sure it's all nice and even. And later on, with some red paint, I would paint it over. Or unless you want to have your bird have a light colored chest, you could do that too and leave it that way. It's up to you. If you don't want the hole to show, that's an option to do. So the hole don't do because you want to keep that space so your turn. You have to make sure your tail freely spins. As long as your tail freely spins, you got no problem. Okay, so that's what I'll do with mine. Later on, I either leave it like that or paint the red. But it kind of looks nice on white chest if you want. Depends on you how you want to decorate your bird. Later on, you can do any embellishment you want. Now, you see the 2 seams from here and here where the points are? And you got the seam here. And you got the seam there. Well, what you do is you get your wings, your left and your right wing. Now you want to see which way you want to have it curl. You want to either straight or up. You can put the wing however you want. And it will go right into there, and you will just glue it in place. And then you'll have your wing. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to glue the wings on. Put some glue in the back on each side. And insert it into that hole. I like to flip him up so it looks more like he's flying. Very cute. He's got his wings. Now, let's put his other wing on. Because a bird can't fly with one wing, right? Yeah. Make sure you got your left and your right wing like that. You don't put it on like that. Yeah. How pretty she looks. Is that nice? She got her wings, she got her tail. She's ready to fly. Of course, I can't fly it in the house because there's no wind here, but when you fly it outside, it looks nice. And we got the little twirly bird tail. And you put her wings on. What I want to do, if you got any, being it's a Cano bird, and they got poopy hair on their head, you can take a piece of fur, if you have some shaggy fur, like I have here. I don't know if I have red, but it's okay. You can use a piece of here. Oh, and Joe, take a piece of fur, because I save a scrap fur from projects that I make here prior. And I'll cut out like a triangle shape. On that fur. And this is optional. If you decide you want to add fur to the top of the head of your bird, you can do that. So I got a bit if you want to put fur on it. Or you can add fur onto your wings to make it look like feathers. This is up to you what you want to do. Just an option. Also, I have to cut this to make it look better, to make it fit. Last but not least, you'll get your feet. Of course, the bird's got to be able to sit, right? I'll get the side that I didn't paint the red. I'll put the glue on that. And I'll glue the feet right below. It's kind of hot. Right below that seam. Where the seam ended. And I'll put them like that. I'll let it dry. And then once you got them on there, you just fold your feet down. Your bird's got feet. He's got wings, he's got feet. Now, if he's hanging too much on an angle, I think that's what I did wrong. I may have to put the hole more in the back. See, I just figured this one out You may want to put this. What you want is your birds to actually stay in this seedlings. I put the hole in the wrong place. That's why he was hanging the wrong way. I'm looking at him. He's kind of not centered right. So the way to solve that problem is I would later on in my other bird, other ones I'll put down there, or you could just glue the string to that point. Because that the hose should really be where the wings are. I just recently made this pattern, so this is actually the first run of this pattern. I'm doing it for the first time in front of you live. There's a live video. Very first one ever made. And you're seeing it live here. So what I would do is I would just solve that problem. And you can also paint over the string with your red paint or your color that you made your bird. Or you can cover with the fuzzies from fur on it. That was one of my wasn't balancing right. That's why. The whole idea is that your bird's got to balance like this so that the wind can blow the tail better. And that is probably why I had a problem before. When I was spinning it around. But I don't know if it's going to fly in because I don't got really wind in here. So I have to try him outside. Those who make these, let me know if you make one, how good it works. You may have to keep playing around with it to get it to work. Like, the wind just has to hit it just right. My ear. Come on, Buddha. There's a wind in here, but when you get the wind, you're supposed to fly like that. I've done one with styrofoam balls at one time too with the body. This is the first one I'm making out of cardboard tubes. So I'm gonna play around with this and see if there's anything I did wrong in its design. And if I have any problems, I'll get back in a further video. But pretty much it will work. You just have to have patience on how it hangs. Because it will eventually work. It's just that don't work in here. No wind. I need some wind. It looks like it would work perfectly. I'm trying to figure out why I have a little problem here. Hold on. We're figuring this out together. It should work with no problem. It's just that. Maybe it's too much curl. Let's see. There we go. I think I'm out of breath. Hi, Wormy. How you doing? I saw you guys. Add wing. Are you gonna add wings? Yeah, I did add wings. Well, there's your whirly twirly birdie. Let me give it the hair, like I said. It's gonna be a cono. I always want to cut this piece just right to put the head. Let me see. Let's see if that's the way I want the hair. The hair's gonna go this way. And conos have their hair going that way. I think he'll look kind of cute with the fuzzy hair, don't you think? I'm gonna do. Yeah, you do the hairdo. The hairdo kind of look good. Do you like the hairdo? Should I put the hairdo on? Hello, how you doing? Thank you. It looks awesome. I'm gonna put some glue. Give him the hairdo. Yeah, he's gotta look good for the female. He's gotta attract his girlfriend. He needs some good hair. If you notice, in birds, the males always have higher embellishments in the female birds so they can stand out and attract their mates. And I guess a good old hairdo a cardinal has. Very good. Now, what's a cardinal without his hairdo, right? There we go. And that's your woolly twirly birdie. And if you so let me know if any of you make these. If you could figure out how to balance them a little better, because I'm still working on it. It's a new pattern. It's the very first time I made one like this. I mean, I made other ones. I could show you later on in another video of the older model that I made. Pretty much on the same scenarios as that. Instead of me using all cardboard tubes, I used the styrofoam bowl for the body, and I made a paper cone for the head. But basically the same kind of idea. Now you can bring your wings up if you want. You can pose the wings any way you want. Depends on how you want your bird to fly. And sometimes you may want to adjust things as the wind blows outside, which way you want your bird, its feet and its wings to go. You can also have your bird with his wings flapping down low, or just spread out like an airplane, like I can have it. It's up to you how you want to pose it. But that's the woolly twirly birdie. And then later on, I would get a stick. You get any kind of stick, a long stick, and you can tie it on a stick and twirl it around, or you can make a shorter string, or you can hang it in a area on your porch, where of course where the rain doesn't hit it, and when the wind blows, his tail goes. Or you can go around the neighborhood with your bird, and let the wind blow its tail. It's kind of fun. If there's too much friction, I have to see if I have any problem. I'm going to test this out tomorrow and let you know how it works. Fortunately, there's no wind in here tonight. I'm indoors, and I just wanted to share you how to make a cute little thing. I was just started this about a day or two ago. So I got to go back online. I haven't been online. And I promised I was going to show people how to do some kind of crafts. And I had all these tubes all over the house that I saved. And I said, what am I going to do with all these? I got to think of some recyclable stuff. You can make beautiful little birds out of it. Why not? Even though you could also do this very same thing if you don't want to make it a woolly twirl bird that's with the tails that spins, and you just want to make it a regular bird, you could do the same thing and just put a cardboard tail on it and put a clip or something on here and clip it on a present or flower arrangement, or make it a Christmas tree ornament. You can do anything you want to make this. You can even make it this way and hang it in your Christmas tree as a Christmas tree ornament. Just hang it up from your chandelier, whatever you want. Wherever you want your birdie to fly. He'll be ready to go. So that's what I call the whirly twirly birdie. Give you a good look at what he looks like. And it's time to say hi to some of my fans. I hope you stood with me and enjoyed the craft. I'm going to put it over here. I'm going to show you some other crafts I did while I was waiting around. While I was not around for a while. I may just unplug my hot gun glue so I don't, by accident, forget it's there. By my fingers. We don't want to do that. Okay, I get that out of the way. There we go. Gotta be safe, Let me get some drink. I'll show you some projects I've been working on behind the scenes. Let's see. I first want to see wryly. I like a bunch of your these corn. Oh, you like him flying around the room? Okay, where I put Whirly Twirly? Where did I put it? I think my bird flew away. He disappeared. Where'd he go? I put it down somewhere and I can't find it. Did my bird fly away? Hold a second, I'm gonna have to see where I put it. Oh, here it is. Okay, where did the bird go? There he is. But those that didn't see the birdie, there you go. That's the birdie. Everybody will fly to Mr. Big Stuff. You see Mr. Big Stuff over there. He likes Big Stuff. You can put him on the Christmas tree too. we get, we got the Christmas tree ornaments and stuff getting ready to come out in the store. Might as well get ready for Christmas again, huh? I'm not too far away. I'm getting ready. I'm getting ideas for Christmas gifts. These will make nice Christmas gifts for the kids. You can make these for the kids. You can make them as Christmas tree decorations. Like I said, you could also do another embellishment on this bird too. If you don't want to make it with a whirly twirl tail, like I said, and you want to put like a clip on here so you can clip it onto the tree. You know the sparkles that you buy in the thing? You can glue sparkles on these and sparkle them. Now this put a regular cardboard tail. See what I would do if you don't want to make it a whirly twirl bird, and you just want to make it a regular bird, what you would do is just put yourself a fancy looking tail or something like that. And let me get one that I cut it out. Yeah. On your willy twirl bird, I'll cut one out here. See, I cut it out of a cardboard too. When it gets to this point here where you do the tail and you glue it together, and the tail area, if you don't want to put the whirly twirl tail on it, all you have to do is glue. I'm going to use masking tape to show you what I'm talking about. Just so I can take it apart again later. I want to make another one. If you don't want to make it a whirly twirly birdie, you will just do the same thing. Glue it together. Now, if you don't have a hot gun glue gun, you could also put it together with masking tape and paint over it. But I do suggest be gluing it together because the tape won't stay on forever. But just for demonstration purposes, you would make your tail like that instead, see? And you don't have to make it a whirly twirly bird. You just make it a regular bird and put him with his wings, put sparkles, put a clip on him. You could clip it onto Christmas trees. And you can make a Christmas tree ornament as well. What you can do with cardboard tubes is amazing, isn't it? And I think it's really a great idea. I'll probably make something like that too. I'll maybe make one in the next video I'll come out of the Christmas tree ornament and show you how maybe I'll make this into that. And I'm just taping it to give you an idea of what it would look like. A picture having the wings and the feet, and clip it onto you put sparkles, you paint it up like I painted this one. You can put fuzzy hair on it like you did him. See, it's amazing how this here becomes that. Kind of pretty, yeah? So you can make it with just a tail like that. And just glue a tail on it. And then you make yourself a bird. It's very simple. And the tail pattern is just a simple thing I cut out of just like this. So if you want to trace that, so you got the shape. That's what it is. I'll put it in the. I'll make sure it goes in the dark background so you can see it better. Okay. So you got the idea how to make one. You just put it in the ratio for your bird, and you just put it after you glue your body together. You just put your tail on top like that, and you'll have yourself just a regular bird. And you can either hang it with a string, put a clip on it. Oh, let me make sure I didn't keep the tail on right. I'm trying to look at the video at the same time. But this is just a demo to give you the idea. Yeah, put the tail on. And that's how you'll get it as a regular bird. And of course, you put the feet and everything and paint it up, and you'll have either it's stationary or the regular tail, or with a woolly tail. And like I said, you can put the wings any way you want. You can have the wings fold upward, fold downward, whatever pose you want to do it. You can embellish it any way you like. But your imagination will wild. You can make blue jay, you can make cardinal bird like this. You can make anything doves. This would be nice with dove. Paint it white and make it dove. You can also stick feathers on top too. Let your imagination run wild. I'm just giving you a rough idea, and let's see what you can make. Anybody make anything? Show me. Tell me what you should put on your site, and let me know to see the pictures. Give me uh, um, an acknowledgement on this down there in the comments, and let me know. Hey, check my site. I made one of your birds. Look and take pictures so I can see what we got. You may have a better idea than me. It's got to be creative. I was creating all kinds of stuff. Matter of fact, I've been working on all kinds of merchandise on big stuff. Do you know that it's the funniest thing? I told you about big stuff and the astronauts, the astronaut. He had a nickname called the Big Swag because his last name is Swaggett. And then later on, recently, a couple of years ago, I kept hearing people say, "Oh, there's a lot of swag on this, a lot of swag on it." And I'm laughing because they call everything swag. And I was like, swag. And I'm like, that's like swagging. Where they tend to be, I was like, wondering why, or to think about swagging. Then I realized swag is merchandising on an item, such a hot number. They make merchandise, like the caps and the shirts. And you know the saying? Bought the t-shirt, got wait. Been there, done that. Bought the t-shirt, got the hat. That's one of Joyce Meyer's sayings, and I always use that all the time. But that's what you call swag. When I make clothes with a special character on it, merchandising on a TV show or special things, I call it swag. And I swag it, big swag, the big swag. And so it kind of fits from my kind of thing, I think I play around with that. And I've been thinking about some swag ideas from Mr. Swaggett. Your sort of puppets I did on the creatures like Embryo and Eclipsio and all. I've been working on little dolls that I'm going to see if I can reproduce them and make them. And this is Mr. Big Stuff. It's kind of swaggy. His head swings back and forth. I was thinking about making merchandising on Mr. Big Stuff. I'm going to connect like a magnet in the back here with a magnet thing that you could have Mr. Big Stuff on your shoulder, and as you walk around, his head will bop. I think he has some swag on swag it. Get it? Get it? Swiggy swag. Swig swag. Swig swag. Get it? Swig swag? I used to nick and knack. That's why I call this a swig swag, because he swigs and he swags. That's why I was laughing when I also heard the words that called swag. So I was working on some merchandising. So I got big stuff. I don't know. Let me know how many of you are interested in products on my cartoon characters, like Mr. Big Stuff, Jim Noble. Well, I should say Jack Swag, Jim Noble. Excuse me, gotta get something to drink. Oh. And of course, Red Haze, the hazy one. Super swaggy. You're the only one. There's other people watching the station, the channel. There's a whole bunch of stuff. Well, I also did make the astronauts. I'm going to try and make them as characters that you can walk around them on your shoulders. We also got Embryo. Embryo, I guess, was the first one I made. And he really has a swaggy head. The whole object, I'm trying to see if I can get that head so we go like that too. So if you walk around, he'll be on your shoulder and they'll kind of wiggle his head. So you got a little Embryo also. See, swaggy Embryo. And of course, everybody seems like everybody's favorite. Eclipsio too. We got Eclipsio. So I was thinking about making anything. If anybody's interested in these, let me know. I had to see about going into production on these toys. By getting enough people that are interested and they want any items on my characters, I have to know so I could do that and see how many who would want which characters, and I would make them to order. Basically, all handmade. But if I do get a lot of orders, I'm going to have to see if I can how reproduce them, and I got to try to see where I can distribute it too. So, it takes time to work on projects, but these are just some ideas I've been working on to try to get people to like my cartoon. Self promote in my Apollo 13 cartoon after 51 years. It's finally coming into reality to start making merchandising on them. And I had this channel now I can share them with the world. Because when I was a little kid of 11 years old, my dream was to share the Apollo 13 cartoon for all the world to see. And I had to say, God has blessed me. Last year was wonderful, the 50th year. And this is what I've been working on behind the scenes. Plus, I have orders to make other kind of puppets for Aaron and stuff, so I've been busy. The Earl puppets and the spiders and all that kind of stuff. And then I have another friend who I make some toys for too, working on other projects. So I try to keep myself as busy as I can. Plus, I also do some other fun stuff too. I don't only just make things on my cartoon characters, as you can see. Uh, there's a old cartoon movie, just like the other movie that influenced me when I made Biggie, The Journey Inside, The Hazy Journey, which was the Fantastic Voyage. Well, there was another voyage that I kind of was like. There was a weird cartoon in the 60s that I liked. And that was sung by a cartoon. That was giving me the idea of making cartoons on famous people at that time. And first cartoon I did was Armstrong on a famous person. Then I did Sally Field, the Flying Nun. And then Bobby Sherman. No, wait a minute. I think I went backwards there. I first did Sally Field on a famous person, which was the Flying Nun. Then I did Armstrong. And then I did Bobby Sherman, which I did a thing called Bobby Sherman and the Astros. Then, of course, we went down the line and we got Apollo 13 and then we did big stuff. So, I was doing the astronauts. And then later on, I did Sam the Sham. As you can see on my cartoons, then I made the Flying Nun Sally Field become Jubilee Sally, which was a whole new character using one of my favorite actresses. And Oh, as it turned out, there's a very famous cartoon out there. Hi, it's a very fun voyage. It's a What really intrigued me with this movie was its beautiful colors and its abstract design and the craziness of it and the colorfulness of it. And of course, the beautiful song of the singing group. They go on a voyage under the sea in a yellow submarine. And I was just recently looking at some stuff and I realized they recently celebrated their 50th anniversary of that cartoon. And I went, wow, yeah, that was about 2 years before I did the Big Star cartoon. I remembered, you know. So I kind of like my favorite character, which was the Nowhere Man, or shall we say, what was this? Jeremy. And he was always my favorite character. I said, you know what? I said, I'm going to make a doll on him. And that's what I did. Because I like how cute and colorful he was. What motivated me in making this doll is I was working on a plush toy, working on the face of a person. And it looked like John from the Beatles, John Harrison. And I said, hey, it looks like one of the Beatles, and that influenced me. So I made even John. So I made a doll on John from the Yellow Submarine. And, I'll just show you, I can make all kinds of dolls. And I was having fun making this. But you see, one thing about the John doll, that you see, has one thing about them, they had those funny hands. So I tried to get the hands to look the same way. There's one thing about this doll that's different from any other plush doll I ever did, other than those with the bobbly heads. I put a joint in his head so he could turn. Yeah, I've done joints before, but this was kind of fun. This head was a design head I was working on another project. And it wasn't the head I was looking for. So I put it aside, and I looked at it and said, wait a minute, looks like one of the Beatles from the Yellow Submarine. I put the glasses and the beard and I said, that looks like John. So that's why I made the John doll. And then I had to make his friend. And so I put them together and I got the Yellow Submarine. Yeah. Eventually I'll probably make the other three Beatles and the Blue Meanie and maybe the Submarine. uh, Thank you. Like John? He's saying, hi dear, you like me? We all live in a yellow submarine. A yellow submarine. A yellow submarine. See how his head turns. It's funny because I had to match all the colors and everything. And I say one thing, they put a lot of colors in the movie. Even the characters wore many colors. And it was like fun making it because it was very colorful. And I had a good time doing it. He's a pretty big doll, so if I stayed him up, he's like, he's about, I'll say about 2 feet tall. And he's about maybe, he's about 11 inches, this guy. So it's about, I think, I'm just estimating the size, but that's what I did. Maybe later on, make the other characters. Oh, yeah? Okay, you're interested in ordering some? Great. Uh, that's a dog. Okay. Um, or as long as it's my own copyright, which I'm going to be doing. Since things like this I can't sell because he ain't my original copyright. It's just a doll that I decided I was working on another doll. I actually was working on a big stuffed doll. And the head didn't look like big stuff. I was trying to make it a different type of face. So it was when I was working on a puppet, I was wanting to do. And it looked like John's did. I was practicing a different face. And I said, you know what? It doesn't look like Victor, but it does look like John. So I made the Beetle. Thinking about me, I make the rest of them too. Might as well. I got these two. And I said I had to make him too. So I had fun making these. Yeah. Of course, for me to be able to sell these, I got to get the permission from the studio and like I did with Aaron before I sell anything on him. But then they had to take a royalties. And by the time I get the royalties and what it costs with it, it doesn't really pay unless uh, you know, but yeah, and I'm not going to mass produce anything like that. But things on my own cartoons, like Big Stuff, which is my original copyright, and of course, Embryo and Eclipsio. I still got to work a little bit more on these. Well, they're going to decide your show. You can imagine walking about with Eclipsio and Embryo on your shoulder, and they wiggle their heads as you walk. Isn't that kind of cute? I gotta find strong enough magnets to figure out how to do that and see how it could get done in production. So far, these are the prototypes I made on them. And then I gotta reach over to get Jimmy Lobo. And then that's big stuff. And Hazy Boy. Where's my Hazy Boy? Hey, Hazy. Where do you go, Hazy? Hazy. Oh, there he is. He's over here. He's outward bound, like he did in the cartoons, in one of the cartoon stories. So this is the Apollo 13 dolls. And these are the alien characters. Embryo. Embryo, kind of losing embryo. And that's my characters. So I'll be probably making some merchandising on my boards. I got other characters too I'm working on too of all my cartoons. Okay. I have some work to do. I have to leave the stream now. I have an awesome day, everyone. Okay, see you, Wormy. Have a great day. Have a great evening and get your job done. And thank you, Doug, for having interest in my stuff. You guys are wonderful. You're my great fans. My next video, I'm going to show you another project I'm working on. So if any of you like making those birds, let me know. If you make any of them, like on the bottom there, show me, send me a link to your thing saying, hey, look, check out my channel. Put it on your channel. I'll click on and see what you've done. Yeah, that'd be awesome. I'm going to try to see if I can get me a special. I don't know anything about the techie stuff. I'm going to need to see if I get somebody to help me, as you can see, I'm trying to work on these things so I can raise money to pay back money I knew. Otherwise I got scammed and I lost all that money. So I'm kind of struggling. The other reason why I haven't been around for a while. It's very hard when you don't got much money. I have so many projects I want to work on, but like in the audio animatronic department, uh, yeah, it costs a lot of money. That's why I haven't been any more of that stuff for a while. I haven't had money to buy motors and latex rubber and you need money for this and electronics and all. It's like really expensive. I want to finish up the big Billy Bob I'm working on over there. One day when I start working on it, I'll be doing live streams on that too, every step of the way. Let's see, what else do I have to tell you today? Oh yeah, but I am getting ready to do an awesome audio animatronic project on the big stuff, on the Apollo 13 characters, and I'll show you in the next video. I'll do now. I know you've seen my large ones I've done, and I was thinking about changing them out, rebuilding them or something. Or making something altogether different, depending. I haven't really decided yet on what I'm doing, but I'm trying. I also found something as I was digging out of the archives, an old doll that I made a long time ago. When I said I made cartoons on Bobby Sherman, I don't know if any of you know who Bobby Sherman is. He was around my young way back. He goes the same years as the Apollo. That's the same thing with the Yellow Submarine. If you know the Beatles, they probably would know Bobby Sherman, but I found an old Bobby Sherman doll here that I made a long time ago. He's made out of latex, and I put like a foam inside. And I'm going to be making him a dancing animated doll. And I'm going to kind of dress him up, looking like this Bobby Sherman with that kind of an outfit on him. This is who Bobby Sherman is. This is an old Bobby Sherman picture I have from a long time ago, and then I'm gonna try to, animate it. This is the cartoon. One of my when I first think of Bobby Sherman, I showed you the earlier drawing of him. I'm going to show you some of the early drawings. I'm actually going to be making another movie called based on one of the episodes of Bobby Sherman and the Astronauts when I first did redo animation. I got so many projects doing. Plus, I got part 2 of Quest. I have so many projects to do. I don't know which one to do first. Plus, I got this house to still clean up. Now that I'm not sweating my head off, I can get back to work on things because I tell you, living a year and a half without an air conditioner was not no fun. And then being money scammed. And thanks to great friends to help shell out some money for me so I can get an air conditioner so I don't have to die this summer. It's one of them, but I do. Excuse me. I do have to eventually somehow get the money back to pay it off. Good thing that I got time on that. I got the friends. So friends are very good to have. If I didn't have friends, I don't know what you would do. See, God always provides you every need. So that's why I'm going to try getting into the merchandising thing and going to see how I can go about doing that and see if it pays off. So if anybody's interested in my toys, and if it gets popular, like I need a lot of subscribers down there and a lot of likes, a lot of people who are interested. The more I get, the more I want things, the more I be determined to do more. Right now, I'm just getting the idea out there. See, we got to do some swag on the swag. Get it? Something on the swiggy swag. Also, I have another idea too. If anybody is interested in it, I can animate yourself. I know a lot of people like my astronauts I got back here that move. Picture you as an animated stand up like this, a swig swag. I could do that. Just send me a photograph and I can animate it. It depends on sizes and stuff too. What cost, I'm trying to figure it out. Transportation, yeah, you know, transportation. I would say transportation. I meant to say postal. Well, postal to send stuff out. How cost for the cost for the weight. That's another thing too. It's a whole lot of stuff you gotta take into consideration when you do that kind of and production cost and what it costs of materials and all. So I gotta probably scale it out so I could do the best pricing on stuff. I'm just running some ideas out there, and I have to see if anybody's interested in that too. Uh, you know, things like that. I can make smaller ones too. The doesn't have to be that big. So some of it's photographed, and some of it's of course paint. Most of it's painted. The faces are taken off the photograph, but I usually paint the bodies up. Parts of the bodies I do from the photograph also depends. It depends on how much I can blow it up to, uh, and then I animate it. Also depends on how much a person is willing to pay. Will go into the quality of doing something like that. So if anybody's interested, I could do that. There's all kinds of stuff. That's how I do it. Uh, let's see. Anything else I need to talk about? I'm looking around. I guess I said everything I wanted to say tonight. I just wanted to say hi, everybody, and wanted to share up for Arts and Craft Project, making these whirly twirly birds. So if anybody wants to make a whirly twirly bird, enjoy. And keep on creating something. Keep on making things. Show your creativity the best way you can. Give God the glory. Give God the praise. For He has given me the great gift of talent. I do all things because the Lord has given me the talent to do it all. See, apart from Him, I can do nothing. He's created me so that I can create, so that I can share that creation with you. And that's how I do. I give Him the glory because He's the one to give all the thanks to. He's the one that made everything possible. He's the one that's helping me through. Most people will really be sad and down in the dumps if they lost as much money as I did after all the years they're saving it. And also, a lot of people will be down in the dumps being humble. There's no reason to be. So once you got the Lord, He's your supplier. He's always there for you. He's my strength. He helps you through there is going to come trials and tribulations in your life. But nothing in this life is worth more than, than having than living. Life is very valuable. Life is very precious. So enjoy your life. Praise the Lord for life. Live your life to the full. And give Him the praise for everything He's done for you. But He's the one who's giving you the strength and giving you the wisdom so that you could do all you do. Because everything, you can trace it all back to the King. He's the one who is the creator of everything. Well, until then, all you, my wonderful fans, this is R.G. Jubilee saying, have a great evening, a good night, and wake up tomorrow, and may God bless you with a brand new day. Each day is a precious gift from the Lord. It's like a gift that you have to unwrap. As the day goes on, there's a surprise in every hour. Until then, until next time, this is RG Jubilee and Biggie Boy and Jimmy Boy and Easy Boy saying Roger it out. Until next time, the next one I'll show you some more fun stuff. Have a great day and a great evening. Bye all. Love you all, my great and wonderful fans.